Hi everyone, and welcome back to Procast Solutions channel, where we focus on casting clarity and cultivating stability. So guys, for tonight's chat, I just wanted to discuss a topic with you all that I title, Do You Really Understand Me? Or yeah, and this stems from a moment that I had to take a step back and really think about what understanding looks like in mental health care today. And specifically, it stemmed from a session that I had with a client where they said to me, I want to talk to a doctor or a nurse practitioner. And I had to take a moment because, well, I am a nurse practitioner. And so naturally I started thinking, what's behind this? Like, is it confusion? Is there something deeper going on? So I said, I am your nurse practitioner. Like, what's going on? I'm here. Like, how can I help you? And so they said, no, I want to talk to someone who has mental health problems like I do. And I'm not going to lie, that really stuck with me. Not because it was offensive, but because it was honest. Because when you really sit with that statement, it speaks to something deeper than just preference. It speaks to feeling misunderstood. It speaks to feeling alone in your experiences, and maybe even feeling like people helping you could never truly understand what you're going through. And the truth is, a lot of people feel this way. Like that feeling of, do you really understand me? Have you ever felt what I'm feeling? Or are you just telling me what you learned, sister, good sir? Like, what's going on here? But the bigger question is, what does it actually mean to feel understood? Because a lot of times we think understanding means someone has lived my exact experience, but that's not always realistic. There's a billion of people out in this world. No one is going to have your exact story, your exact mind, your exact combination of experiences. So if that's the standard, then guys, the standard is way too high. Okay, we need to bring it down just a little bit, because then everyone ends up feeling alone in that case. But I don't think that that's what we're really asking for. When people say, I want someone who understands me, what they're often really asking is, can you feel me? Can you sit with me without judging me? Can you see me as more than what I'm going through? And that's where understanding shifts. It's not about identical experiences. It's about connection. There's a concept in psychology that Carl Rogers introduced us to called unconditional positive regard. And what that really means is being able to sit with someone, fully accept them without judgment, without trying to fix them immediately, and just understand their world as they experience it. And even in attachment theory, there's something similar where people feel safe not because someone has lived their exact life, but because that person is consistent, responsive, and emotionally available. And that's what creates that sense of being understood. Now, I want to speak to both sides for a moment. If you're someone receiving care, I want you to know this. Just because someone doesn't share your exact experience does not mean they can't understand you. And at the same time, if you feel misunderstood, that feeling is valid. Both things can exist. You can be supported and still feel alone sometimes. You can be surrounded by many people and still feel like no one really gets it. No one really gets me. And that doesn't make you difficult. That makes you human. And I also want to gently challenge something. Sometimes we look for someone who understands us perfectly because it feels safer than being vulnerable with someone who doesn't. Because if I believe you can't understand me, then I don't have to fully open up. And that's a real thing. Like, people do it all the time, but connection doesn't come from perfect matches. It comes from shared humanity. And sometimes it's not just that people don't understand you. It's that you haven't yet been given the space or the tools to fully express what you're going through. And that's okay. That's all right. You're not supposed to figure all of this out alone anyway. Now, if you're a provider listening to this, this is your reminder from me, okay, friend? We are not separate from the people that we serve. It is not, in mental health, it is not us versus them. It's not people who struggle versus people who don't. It's a spectrum, and you know this. And every single person exists somewhere on that spectrum. Like, depending on where you work at in mental health, it may not look like what we see daily. Like, some experiences are more severe, some are more visible, some require more support, but no one is completely untouched. So when someone questions whether you understand them, instead of taking it personally, hear what they're really asking. Can you meet me where I am? Can you sit with me without judgment? Can you see me beyond my diagnosis? Because good care is not just clinical. It's human. It's in the way we listen. It's in the way we respond. It's in our ability to present without trying to fix immediately, right? Because sometimes what a person needs most is not just treatment. It's to feel understood. And maybe that's the real conversation here. Not whether someone has lived your exact experience, but whether they're willing to truly see you in it. And because understanding doesn't always come from sameness, sometimes it comes from presence, from intention, and from the willingness to sit with someone in their reality without trying to rush them out of it. And that's where connection is built. That's where I found rapport really begins. That's where healing begins. So whether you're someone seeking support or someone providing it, remember this: we're not as far apart as we think. There's a shared human experience beneath all of this. And when we take the time to recognize it, we stop seeing people as cases. Yeah. And we start seeing them as people. And maybe that's where the clarity comes from. So don't be afraid to hold on to your story, but also don't be afraid to let someone meet you in it. Because when understanding is mutual, that's when stability starts to form. And that's how we begin to cast something meaningful, not just our struggles, but the insight, growth, and connection that comes from them. And so guys, that's my little chat on what my topic was tonight. I do want to open up for some comments, or you can email me or a member of my team. But I just have a question: when was the last time that you truly felt understood, and what made that moment different? And do you feel like people try to fix you or actually take the time to understand you? And lastly, tell me, what does being understood look like for you? And not just words, guys. Give me those actions. I'm big on show me what you say. So let me know what actions have shown you that you have been understood. And remember, the email is info@procastsolutions.com. Again, that is info@procastsolutions.com. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in and listening to me. And until next time, I cannot wait to speak to you guys soon about our next topic of discussion. Bye.